Hey guys, this is the Pete Stop. Today for Easter we're going to be cooking some leg of lamb, and Monica ended up taking all the fat off the well, as much as we could anyways, the big thick hard fat. So right now we're going to end up putting some butcher twine around there after to put it on the smoker. Just to let you guys know what we're going to be using for the rub on this guy. We got some, just a little bit of paprika, Hungarian paprika. We got some Himalayan salt. We got some black pepper, coarse ground pepper. We got some, this is, let me think now, this is rosemary. This is thyme. We ended up getting a whole clove of garlic, and we added some celery seeds on there. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to start off with the mustard. We're going to end up just putting that on there just for the fact of adhesion. And again, don't worry, this is not going to give it any flavor, right? It's just to give it a good old something for everything to bind on. So just put it on there. Oops, sorry for that. Okay, so we're just gonna rub that all on there. And again, because of all the fat that's been cut off of here, everything's just gonna soak right in, all the flavors from all the spices. So that's why it's good to try to take off as much fat as you can, especially on lamb. So as you can see now, I rubbed it all, try to get all the nooks and crannies because, you know, you want every bite to have some good flavor. So we're putting it all on there. These are going to be little chunks we're going to keep on the side. Might give some a little bit to our dog Yubby here. So here we go, like this. Okay, so now that we got that going, what we're going to do is that we're going to mix everything in the bowl all together here. So of course the celery seeds, the thyme, rosemary, and then we're gonna put the pepper, and that's, keep in mind guys, that's what's gonna, guys and girls, this is what's gonna keep a little bit of a bark on there. Just a little bit of crunchiness, and then obviously just a little bit of smoked paprika, Hungarian smoked paprika. There you go. And now what we're gonna do is just give this just a nice little mixture, right? Just to mix all the ingredients together. Obviously this isn't complicated, it's just to show you guys just how easy it is. And then the whole plan, what we're going to do is once it's all been rubbed, we're just basically going to let that sit in the fridge for about anywhere from an hour to, I'd say an hour and a half, 2 hours, just to make sure it soaks up in all the meat. And as you can see, it looks like this, folks. Right, that's nice and thick herbs here. Oh, got a little bit of the pepper. Now that all that's mixed, what we're gonna do is we'll start off here, just sprinkle all over the meat here, right? And you just pat it in there. Try not to rub it, because what happens is when you rub any type of, you know, spices on meat, chicken, what happens is that it clumps up, right? Whenever you rub. So that's why when you hear a lot of people, if you happen to look at a lot of videos, when you hear people say just pat, is that it sticks on there, right? I'm sure some of you know, but if you don't, well, it's a little trick, right? Like I said, I'm trying to put it in all the nooks and crannies, right? Now when that sits in there, it's gonna soak up in all the meat, and especially with the sea salt, it's gonna really take out that flavor of the lamb. And just a little bit more here, right? See, just as a pat like this, guys. And again, keep in mind that whenever all this is said and done, I'm going to use some butcher twine just to put that looking like a nice little roast. I'll finish off a bit here, the spots I've missed. That's some crannies. There. And there you have it, folks. So this is going to be our leg of lamb. We're going to let that sit, like I said, for an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, depending. And after that, we're going to put that on a traeger, and we're going to put that on there for 2 hours. All right, see you in a bit. Hey guys, this is Pete Stop. We're gonna be, like I mentioned to you, we're gonna be cooking this lamb leg. Monica already put some butcher twine around just to keep it all whole. We're gonna set, as you can see, the trigger here. We're gonna put that down to about, I'll say, we'll set it at let's say 220. Maybe I'll say 215 just to give it a bit of smoke. So we'll set that at 215. We're gonna put on that treg for about, I'd say, a good half an hour to get some smoke. And then I'll bring it back up to about 225 degrees Fahrenheit. As you can see, we're having it right on there. Put these little pieces here, a little teaser to try. That's with all the rub. Okay, so we're going to put the probe in there, set it in there, and we're going to set the probe to be at about, we want it at about 100, let's say about 160. So I'm going to put that in there, the middle piece right like this. And when we hit 160 degrees internal temp, they'll be ready to pull off. So it is like this. We're going to close the lid, folks. There in the middle, like so. There we go. That's it. So I'm going to set that at the temp, as you can see, to set probe. We'll say yes. We'll set it at 100 and, well, let's say 155. Might just climb it a bit. So 100, we'll say 155 internal temp. But we wanted about 160. Oop. 150, 155. Oh, there, 155. There, so it's set at 150, 155, and then we'll come back out and raise it to about 160. All right, guys. Thank you, baby. All right, guys, we hit 145 degrees. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take the thermopen. I'm going to basically, just to make sure that it is 145 degrees. So I'll turn it on. Let's see here. Oh boy, look at this, guys. Look at that. So let's try it out to see what's it saying. Close it for a little bit, give it just a couple more degrees, and then we'll bring it in. All right, guys, we just took it off the trigger. I wrapped it. It hit 145 internal temp. So I'll show you. And we already ate the little pieces, so this goes to show you. So look at this, guys. Without all the herbs and everything, look how that looks like. So I'll show you guys. So it is like this. Put this in the sink here. So basically, I'm gonna cut the wiring here, not the wiring, but the rope, butcher rope, and I'll cut into it just to show you guys how actually it's well cooked. So it's been cooking for about, I'd say, 2.5 to almost 3 hours on the Traeger. I'd say 2 hours and 45 minutes. So I'll show you this. So it's The skin on top, not the skin, but the meat on top is nice and hard on there. I think that's all of them. I think. So I'll put it like this, take the rope out. I know you guys are all waiting for me to cut into it, so I'm going to try to make it fast, making sure there's just no rope anywhere. I think that's it. So here you are. Yeah, that's it. And now what I'm going to do is I'll put it on this plate. Just going to clean my hands for a second, so Adriana is still looking at the meat. Just going to wash my hands for a second, guys. Look at that, eh? Look at the herbs on that, the garlic, the thyme, the rosemary. Okay, so let me just cut into it. I'll show you, Jan. I'll get a knife. Move this out of the way. This out of the way. And then I'll show everyone what it looks like. Alright, guys. Like this. Again, this is 2.5 hours of cooking on the smoker. Going from 120 degrees Fahrenheit to the end, I bumped it up to 300, so I'll just cut it right down the middle just to show you guys. So look at this, guys. Look at that. Look at that, just a bit of juices on there. You can see just a faint little smoke ring right here. Look at that. And the juices that come out of that, guys. Look at this. Just barely squeezing it. See on there? And it's not just a little bit white, not too pink. Just a little bit of pink in there. And the smell, I wish you guys can smell it. So there you go, guys. This is lamb leg right there on the trigger.